Alright, we're back with some Hunt Showdown. This is a game I've been keeping my eye on for a long time. Just because it sounds interesting. To be honest, I don't know much about it. I didn't spend a lot of time watching gameplay because the little that I did watch didn't give me a clear picture of what the game is like, as opposed to hearing people talk about it, and I can't think of a single person I listened to that didn't like the game. As far as I know, it's an asymmetrical, I guess, pair-based first-person shooter. Similar, I think, to Left 4 Dead, although I never played that game, so I can't speak to the similarities. But, you know, kind of basically find the thing in the area, get to the exit, avoid human players in this case, and also I think there are human-controlled enemies. Not sure how that works. The other thing that interests me about this game is, well, the setting. I think it's, you know, the kind of like swampy southern feel to the game, which I quite enjoy. Hopefully it's not too overdone. I'm not really clear on who developed this game. I'm pretty sure they used the CryEngine. Which is becoming more and more of a rarity. In the late 2000s, CryEngine was kind of everywhere, it seemed, at least when the Crysis games were coming out. Then something happened, I'm not sure what. It kind of fell out of favor. I think it has a lot to do with the Unreal Engine becoming popular. But always, you know, I don't know a lot about programming or game design or anything, but I do sometimes pick up on little differences between engines. I play enough games to notice certain things. So that's always kind of been interesting to me. I haven't played a CryEngine game, I think, since Crysis 2. I don't think I played any of Crysis 3. They certainly look beautiful. Of course, a lot of times looks beauty fades, as they say, and like going back to revisit older games, you know, you can kind of see some of the flaws. I've had that experience with Battlefield games, like Battlefield 3 was so amazing back in the day, even on my PS3, and then of course I played it on PC, and it was still pretty impressive. Then when I went back to the PS3 version, didn't look quite as good as I remembered. But, you know, still impressive for its time, certainly. I'm not going to knock the game for aging. I think it's aged pretty gracefully. But yeah, so I've been curious about this game, been keeping my eye on it. It kind of seemed for a while like it was going to be one of those games that never made it to console. But I'm glad that they've brought it, because I've been actually pretty eager to play this game for a while, despite not knowing very much about it. A little bit of button lag there on the menu. Do I have to scroll? Okay, what? Okay. Alright, that's a kind of a red flag. I'm already experiencing some lag just in the menus. Ugh. I looked up a few reviews of this PS4 version. Most of them seem to focus on the fact that, well, a lot of them talked about this, which is something I don't like myself, which is having a mouse-like cursor on a console. Just let me use the D-pad. I can't imagine why I would want this instead. Who would prefer this? Anyway, most of them brought up the fact that, you know, this is moving at 30 frames per second, which of course means up to 30 frames per second, most like. And then, accounting for lag and internet connection, especially on a Friday. It's Friday right now, Friday evening. I'm guessing most people who play games are heading home and kicking on their consoles. So, there's probably going to be a fair amount of lag. But, I'm mostly a console player, so I think I can work around 30 FPS. Of course, I prefer it to be 30 FPS and not occasionally 30 FPS. Makes a big difference, especially if there's frame pacing or stuttering. That kind of stuff is really noticeable to me. But, my PC, its specs are basically about on par on a PS4, so I'm sure if I tried to play this game, not only would it be just as laggy, or not laggy, visually appealing, if not worse, and I wouldn't really have much advantage. I guess it's the 60 frames per second, I would have that option. But I'm just more comfortable playing on my console. I'm just that kind of player. And so far, my PC is really needed to be upgraded for years now. But I've been able to skip out on it because my PS4 runs just fine. I imagine I'll be upgrading my PC or building a new one pretty soon. And I'll have a lot of fun going back to, play some of these games when they're on sale and really enjoying them, which is what I did last time I built a PC. Now, 10 years ago. No, 7 years ago. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, to be honest. I guess I gotta just kind of jump into this. What's this guy? A crossbow and some kind of pistol. Got a knife. And a syringe. I'm guessing that's health. Looks like health. No traits. Do I have any money? Doesn't look like I have any money. Play training. Skip training. Let's play the training, sure. Classical action-oriented playstyle by always having guns up and ready to fire at the expense of flexibility during melee and stealth combat. Promotes a deliberate and risk-aware playstyle by giving you more control over melee attacks. Guns can only be fired while actively aiming. That sounds interesting, but I don't usually go for melee when I'm playing FPSs. So I think this might be a good start. But this is tempting because it sounds like a more meaty experience, right? I guess let's try the hunter. What the hell? We're learning something new anyway, right? Training gets you familiar with the controls, mission flow, and enemies in Hunt Showdown. Get up to speed in a downsized version of the bounty hunt mission without enemy players. Come back anytime to practice with new gear. Your progress won't be saved. Would there be progress? Simple unarmed enemies only in fewer numbers. More ammunition supplies and health stations. Contract target spider with 25% health. Lootable alternate weapons near the target's lair. That's right, so this game has like a target. So it's a little bit like Evolve, which I also didn't play by the way, but certainly watched enough videos on that game. But there's also like other enemies, I guess, which I don't think Evolve had. I think in Evolve you basically just hunted the one enemy. Why can't I use the D-pad? So dumb. Yeah, okay. I understand. I just want to look at it. Can I look at it without getting a warning? More armed basic enemies. A few advanced enemies, okay. A regular amount of ammunition supply and health station. Target with 50% health, lootable alternate weapons near the target's lair. All enemies, basic and advanced, in normal numbers. A regular amount of ammunition supplied in health stations. Target with 100% health. No weapons to loot. That definitely seems a little dire, certainly for training. Ooh, change control scheme. I guess I can... Oh, that's what you mean. Surely you could call it something else. Dark sight. So yeah, even though I wouldn't call myself like an FPS gamer necessarily, I do enjoy the genre, especially online competitive and cooperative. Like that's why I like Battlefield. Um, you get to do some of both. But I'm always on the lookout for new types of games. Obviously, I'm an old school gamer, so I miss the days when all sorts of different types of games were coming out, and each one had some little gimmick. Sometimes it didn't carry the game, but was interesting and memorable. Games have become a lot more narrow in the spectrum, I guess. Just again, understandable. COD's a huge hit. Most games want to do something like COD. This seems like very different. We're about to see. Okay, so this is pretty involved, actually. Seems like it'd be fun. The co-op element scares me a little bit, but you can usually find people that are trying every once in a while. Oh, this is so awkward. Show tutorial hands. I'll leave those on for now. Let's see. Audio. Music. We'll figure that out later. HUD. I'll look at that later too. Map. Menu. Shoot, throw, use while aiming. Normal melee. Hold for heavy melee. Place ping marker. Cool. Like that. Big fan of Apex Legends for that reason. Weapon switch, crouch, jump, reload, interact. Rotate, aim down, sight. Oh no, aim down sight is R3. Why? Why? Okay, so aim is L2, weapon wheel, hold. Weird. Quick slot 2, quick slot 1, toggle weapon mode, talk, mute, sprint. Okay. I guess that's not too bad. Ugh. See, I really like having crouch on R3. I miss that. I love Battlefield for that reason. But I can't really move my aim down sight to circle. So we'll figure that out later. While moving, press to sprint. How long can I sprint? And this seems like I can sprint forever. Or pretty far, anyway. Oh, I get it. So I have to actually aim to fire my gun. Okay. Stamina. Melee attacks consume stamina, but I don't... Seems like I can run forever. That's interesting how to actually let it go to hit. That's kind of cool. Hold altitude array. Okay. Okay, so I have to change my weapon to my health. Wait. Ready it and fire. Can you just show me my health? Fuck it. I'm training anyway, right? Wait. What? Fire. What's that? Okay. It's a learning process. Yeah, every game is different. I always think that's interesting. Game looks good. Lighting's good. That's on par for a CryEngine game. Good density of foliage. Looks a little flat, but, you know, I think most of the time you're probably not going to be noticing that. Doesn't look too bad either. Okay, so map. I remember that. You, teammate, supply point, target, bounty. Extraction point. There's the 3 already, so I guess maybe every section has 3, or we'll see. Oh, this is the whole map because I'm training, that's right. It's annoying that I can hear my footsteps, but I'm not actually moving. Okay, so this looks like a real-time shadow, CryEngine. Doesn't look too bad. I wonder, is it just one map, or maybe a handful of maps, or... I wonder. Textures are a little dodgy there. But I guess considering... Well, I'm on a console, first of all, and a base console with that. And the size of the map and the action, I guess, we'll see. It's not too bad. There's a guy. Takes a while to down him, that's for sure. Oh! What happened to my gun? Okay. So it's a pretty demanding game. Obviously, I didn't look at my weapon at all. Hold. Okay. Shotgun ammo. Oh, so that's a resupply. Ladder's always interesting in video games. Cannot Get this long ammo. They called him long ammo. Ooh, there's somebody under me, I guess. No fall damage. Ooh, that was a lot better than the gun. Close. Okay. I like interacting with stuff. Ammo already. So that's also a resupply station. Got a lantern now instead of the... I want the axe. Didn't like very much how hard it was to pick up the axe. As far as like where my cursor was. Should have just grabbed it. That's a pet peeve of mine in games. I've just been playing The Witcher. And holy shit, that game makes you struggle to pick up shit. What is it? Oh, it's a trap? How does one... Why you gotta make so much noise, horse? Actually, now that I think about it, I wonder if this game compares much to Apex. We'll see. I don't really need stuff. I think I have enough ammo. Let's see. So I guess in the other playstyle, I would just always be like this. You are near the first clue. Oh yeah, I have this. Gotta know your game. Take a sip of my beer. Okay. Didn't cost me my life. Nope. Okay. Put that down. Didn't bring too much attention. Okay. Can I set a marker? Am I moving? Well, there's nothing to... I guess I have my compass. Man, I could go on a rant about compasses and mini-maps in games, especially first-person shooters. I could tell you one thing, it should not be either a square or a circle. It should be a cone, but like a weird funnel shape with a cone. It should represent your hearing and your sight to some extent. What is that? Did that thing just do a push-up? Anyway, that's my mini rant. I'm not gonna get into it, but It's just not a... I mean, I can get used to this compass system, which is very Bethesda-y, but it's not my favorite. This is pretty cool though. I like this training mode. I like that it's included. I think a lot of games do a really shit job of explaining themselves and could use something like this. Like right now I'm relaxed. I realize that I'm having an easy time. But it's a good way to ease into the game. I can check stuff out, talk about it. I am aware that there's harder training modes and that, you know, when the game starts, it won't be like this. But I don't have to get my ass kicked, which is always good. I just bought FIFA 20 not too long ago, because I'm a FIFA guy. And I was really looking forward to it. And then I went into FIFA Ultimate Team, which, you know, it's a problematic thing. But it's actually been fun over the years. It's, you know, pretty cool. This year they changed something where your first 5 online matches are, you don't like get to pick anything as far as like who you're up against. And those 5 matches determine what class you get ranked into, right? So my first team, like my first draw, as soon as I started the game, I had Maradona, Ronaldinho, and Ronaldo on my team. And my team was only a 76. All 5 of those opening matches, I was ranked against a level 100 with perfect chemistry between teammates. And I got my ass kicked. I was like the score, like the first game, it was like 12-1. I scored 1 goal. And then I think that may have been the last goal that I scored in those first 5 games. It's a little much. It makes your game not fun to play if you're just getting fucking stomped. You know, like I'm trying to warm up. I guess you could argue that I shouldn't have gone into that mode to begin with, but come on. Oh, no. Hello. Oh, no, wrong button. I don't like that, the weapon wheel works a little funny. I guess what I'm wondering is, do I have to find all the clues, or can I stumble onto its lair? There's a hammer. Where's my axe? Did I drop my axe? By switching to my gun? See, okay, that's weird. Refill station next to an ammo drop. I guess maybe in pairs, like there's less ammo, or it's more scarce. If you're, but okay, there's another. What's this? Yep, ammo station. Okay. Interesting. Again, not working in a pair, so I'm not gonna judge it just yet. Ooh, the jump is so tiny. See, that looks like a lair. I think the... Oh, it's right there. I might as well just go, regardless of what it is. Ah! Scared the shit out of me. My headphones aren't even up that high. Okay, can I... Okay. So this is a lair, right? What am I doing here? Can you climb up? I guess not. Oh, that one hurt. A little bit. Not too much. Nope. Yes. Nope. Oh, it is that way. Whoops. Oh, the red is the border. Gotcha. See how much better this is, DICE? Rather than having to play like 30 hours to figure out like some pretty basic shit about your game, or having to look it up, you can let people learn. Why doesn't Battlefield have this? Why, instead of this, do I have to chase people for like 5 minutes begging for ammo? That was probably not good. Because people are so unwilling or unable or ignorant about the mechanics to just give you ammo in Battlefield. Especially in like Battlefield 3 where you don't have an option but to bring the ammo pack. And people just won't do it. It's like, why? Why? What is this again? I don't even know what that is. Kind of looks like C4. Okay, I guess I'm getting close, right? But yeah, I'm really pretty impressed with this, to be honest. Like Overwatch had this like really shitty training mode where, at launch anyway, you could only play with Soldier 76 by himself against like something you never encounter in the game, which is like these little robots. Like, what the fuck? Apex at least had some training, you know, the basics. But I think that it didn't do a great job of emphasizing like the teamwork aspect. It's okay. Like I would say the Apex community is pretty good. Um, but you still run into a fair amount of just complete assholes, idiots, morons, who knows, who are just not playing correctly. So what is that? Looks like a bomb, kind of. I don't think the hammer will do me much good. Nope, nope. It's nice to be able to drink a beer and play a game. What? Oh, okay, so I'm looking out for not necessarily its awareness to me, it's awareness to other players. That's interesting. I think I want to. Let's do one thing. I think it's interesting how variable headphone volume is between games. Like I constantly have to tweak it every time I play something new. There's no door over there. What? It's locked. This motherfucker's right there, too. Just a matter of getting upstairs. Come on. The house that had no stairs, they called it. And it was legendary. Come on, how do I fucking get up there? There are dead hunters nearby. Oh, okay, so it's trying to teach me to this. Okay, fair enough. That almost looked breakable or something. Well, I never found the hunters. I guess I could try to draw it down here. There's a staircase. I like the stealth aspect of the game for sure. Hmm. Ah, it's right there. Hmm. Game. Alright. What do you want me to do? Oh shit, there's dogs? What's... I don't really want to lose this at the end. Nope. What? Oh, melee? So it takes a while. How does it work? Whatever. I can't seem to not be able to leave a marker. That's annoying. And I'm still not really sure how to heal. Okay, I don't see my stamina meter. And I'm still running. Oh, there's my stamina meter. Halfway there. Kind of cool that you can hear it before you need to see it. I like that. This game definitely makes some interesting choices as far as UI and what it's gonna show you. Keep thinking I have to like confirm the option, but you don't have to. Can't climb that. That's kind of annoying. What is that? Oh, it's on the ground. Interesting. I can already tell this game is probably fucking amazing on PC. And I have a decent set of headphones that I just bought. But like in a 7.1, this game is probably really fucking cool. Getting there. Oh, maybe I may have figured this out. This cursor thing, man. No, that didn't seem to work. Dogs, that really scares me, actually. So probably, obviously with human players, and I'm guessing also with better enemy AI and the harder difficulties, I would be having to shoot people off. Yay, I won it. Cool. So yeah, that was fun. I learned the game. I'm looking forward to playing more. I think I'll jump online next, but I'm going to take a little break. That was long enough. But yeah, imagine if every FPS had a nice little cushy training mode like that. Why don't they? It can't be that hard to make. I mean, Battlefield 4, like players had to beg to get the shooting range, and which they took out in the subsequent games. Uh, it's good to have a little sandbox, little arena to kind of flex your muscles a little bit, warm up. U.S. East, U.S. West. Why can't that be my secondary region? Oh, it is selected. Weird. Log in below to link your Crytek account. Why? This isn't 2009. Oh yeah, I would love to get some emails. You know, I didn't do it for for Borderlands 3. I'm not gonna do it for this game. Sorry. Maybe later. Maybe I'll be convinced. Finding a way around various parts of the game. Being in training mode means that for the first 10 bloodline ranks, players will not lose their hunters when dying in a mission and can continue learning the ropes with having to recruit a fresh hunter every time they fail. Well, that sounds good, considering I didn't know I could lose it. Choose a hunter, select a contract to take down powerful targets. Each contract pits you up to 12 players against each other and lasts 1 hour. You may encounter other solo players, teams of 2, or teams of 3. Okay, didn't know that. Teams of 3. Killing targets and escaping with their bounty will earn you rewards. Death is permanent. Sometimes it's better to duck out and find an exit. Okay. So I guess that's Hunt Showdown, or at least the beginning of it. Pretty interesting. I like it. Does actually have I think it will have kind of a battle royale feel to it. More of a, what would you call it? Scripted, guided experience than those games because the game mode is more complex. But I like it. And obviously by the end of that, I was getting a little more comfortable with the weapons and movement and all that. The map still kind of bothers me. You know, like north, south, east, and west don't make a whole lot of sense. I wonder actually if the position of the sun makes a difference. It would be nice to have like an organic way to tell which way you're facing. Which is something that in games gives me trouble, but not usually in real life. So it's extra annoying. Cool, at least some of this stuff can be moved around. The bloodline represents your permanent progression throughout the game. It goes up to rank 100, advances when your hunters contribute XP. Each rank unlocks new equipment and traits. Ways for hunters to contribute XP. While a hunter earns XP and levels up when a hunter is retired. When a hunter reaches max level 50 and continues playing when a hunter dies. At rank 100, you can reset the bloodline back to rank 1 in exchange for a prestige level. Except for legendary items, library unlocks, and blood bonds, all other unlocks and hunters will be lost. Legendary items, library unlocks, and blood bonds. Okay? So there's some depth to this game too. Okay, cool. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm glad I made the purchase. I bought the full edition, I guess, $45 with the DLC and everything. But yeah, that was a good hour, almost, of my time. See y'all later.